Bonjour, mon ami. Comment ça va? Bien, merci. Let us see. Am I on right now? I am looking around. Okay. So, can you guys hear me okay? I don't know why. Is my mic on? Can you guys hear me? Is anybody there? I hear myself. There you go. All right. I wasn't going to do a live stream today. I wasn't going to. But just when you thought you were going to take a day off from nonsense and tomfoolery, come find you. And, you know, I keep trying to try stay upbeat and happy and not get angry about stuff and just enjoy things. And then here comes Batwoman. And it's just like, leave me alone. Can't you just leave me alone? Apparently not. Apparently, having male genitals means that you have to be, at this point, consistently berated and made into a complete buffoon at all times. There is no reprieve from this, from anywhere or any direction. It's getting to the point where the message that they're trying to send and is very soon going to be met with deaf ears. It's already starting. It's already there. But people are just going to stop giving one rat's ass. I'll tell you what I'm talking about, guys, because if you don't know, the Batwoman trailer for CW New CW show, it hit the airwaves. And it was not, and it's not that it wasn't good, because I normally would do like a reaction and watch it, but I'm not going to because I can't put myself through it again because it makes the hairs in the back of my neck, stand on end, like Peter Parker when he sees his spider senses are tingling. I got the SJW senses are tingling. My again, I don't like the word woke because the word woke means that they have awakened to prejudice around the world. But when you're acting in a prejudiced manner, and calling yourselves woke, I can't do it. I can't just not gonna do it. And so when you have these shows that are, even hello Nancy, how you doing? How are you today? I know you probably haven't. Have you seen the trailer? If you have, if you haven't, go take a quick look at it, so you have an idea of what I'm talking about, and watch the whole way through. Now I know people will say the cringe factor, but I'm no longer on the cringe factor anymore because this goes beyond cringy. This is, like I've said, this is downright offensive, and I'm not a guy who offends easily. I'm not a guy who says, "Oh, you're going to offend me." But here's the thing. When you continuously do it, and you're continuously doing it over and over without, and in grandstanding as if you're doing some kind of great work for some awesome cause, you're talking on behalf of diversity, and you're talking on behalf of pro-feminists and trying to rise women, because you don't believe the world is equal. And we're not even going to discuss that merit of that right this moment because it's irrelevant to this discussion. The point is, if that's the narrative you're trying to, if you believe that, and that's the narrative you're trying to display here, this show does not display that. What this show displays is that what is trying to be. I mean, okay, I know I'm just going off right now, but because I'm pretty angry. As you can tell. I'm never a want for words, but I'm starting to feel that way right now because I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what I want to say based on my feeling on this. Now, for those who don't know, I'm going to break it down for you. So the trailer starts off like any other CW trailer. It's just, kind of show, it's the same tropes and all that stuff, right? But you get and I'm not going to break down all of it, but just you see the whole narrative is Batman in Gotham has abandoned Gotham. So first of all, take that in. Batman abandons Gotham. That's the big thing. Batman has abandoned us. So there's that narrative. First of all, the man abandons the city, abandons his family. So that's number one. You have this girl, Kate. She's a lesbian, and you know why we know she's a lesbian? Because there's at least 3 lesbian sequences in the trailer alone. So just so you guys know, she's a lesbian, because you didn't want her, because we have to make sure that everybody knows 3 scenes in a trailer. 3, not 1, 3, because apparently Batgirl is more about making out than she is about actually doing the work of a superhero. Because I don't recall very many making out sequences in the Batman movie, or making out sequences in Superman, or making out sequences in any other. But of course, because we have to make sure that everybody is aware that she is lesbian, we have to have at least 3, well, maybe 4 or 5. Let's just keep the whole thing making out sequences with a little bit of action. So there's that. And then you have the really horrible parts. Okay, the action sequences aren't so bad. It seems okay. And at first, it's not like I wasn't like hating on it too bad. It was just like, okay, whatever. It seems more of the same. Like all that. Hey, Brian Young, how's it going, bud? It seems like it wasn't horrible, but I don't even know if he's still there. But it seems like it's like an average show. Like you're not wasn't gonna hate on it too much. Yeah, there was a lot of that over emphasizing the sexuality of the person, because the music wouldn't let you go on that, because the music saying "woman" in the back just consistently with this weird spooky music that's hammering home "woman." Like, okay. Oh, and the title says hero, and then the O leaves, and it's her, because she's a woman, guys. In case you hadn't noticed, women don't have representation anymore. There is no representation for women. So we have to make sure that everybody realizes that women have representation over and over again, even though that's all we've seen in the last 4 years, is just the same narrative of women not having representation, yet they've pretty much dominated representation in the last few years. But hey, let's keep pretending that they don't have representation. So there's that. And then you got the really horrible stuff. So she's in this city that's run rampant with crime, and I guess she's the cousin of Batman, or of Bruce Wayne. She gets fed up with stuff. She breaks into Wayne Manor, finds his secret escape to the Bat Tunnel, and the guy Lucius Fox, I think is what it is. He goes, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You can't go in there." And she goes, "See, have this thing with rules," because now we know that she's edgy. Why? Because she said so. I have this thing with rules, so I'm going to be a superhero and defend rules. Okay, way to go, you superhero, you. I love how they always make female superheroes, they have this thing with rules. I have a thing with rules, guys. So let me put on a bat suit and defend the rules. Just a little hypocritical. I don't remember Bruce Wayne saying, "Yeah, I have this thing with rules." No, he's the champion of rules. In fact, superheroes are the defender of rules. And yet she has this thing with rules, and so she's going to don the bat cape, the bat cape, knowing full well that she has some grudge against rules. Anyway, so she knows everything. She's apparently been everywhere, knows all of the secrets of Batman. So she goes into the Bat Cave and sees Batman, all his costumes, and then Lucius Fox. And she says, I want you to fix these suits. And then Lucius Fox says, here's the cringe, guys. Lucius Fox says, they were near perfection. And she says they'll be perfect. They will be when they fit a woman. And I mean, this is the first facepalm moment where you're just like, why? Can you just stop? Can you just stop? Please stop. Can you stop it now? Like, are you just, why won't you stop? Why won't you give me a reprieve or a break? No, it's perfection when it fits a woman. Now, take this in, guys, because she dresses like a boy. Her haircut's like a boy. She acts like a boy. Everything about her is male. She even likes girls. Everything about her is very masculine. But somehow you just let out a little bit so that her small boobs can fit in there. That's perfection. He was obviously talking about the construction of the suit, as opposed to the actual gender of the suit. He was talking about the construction of it and its quality. But she was talking about apparently the gender. And so what makes it a perfect suit is that there is no room for penis and a room for boobs. So a room for boobs with no room for penis. Now the suit is perfect because it wasn't perfect before. It wasn't good enough before. Now that was bad. And then they continue along this line with the woman music in the background. Very stupid music. Slow and again, very depressing theme. Everything is depressing in this. It doesn't seem like something I'm really interested in watching when it comes to that. Then you have the end where, so she's now donning the Batman outfit, taking on his persona, snuck into his stuff, stole his equipment, stole his batarangs, stole his whole persona. And then people think you're Batman. And she says, at the end, I'm not going to let a man take credit for a woman's work. I'm not going to let someone else take credit for my work. She had to make sure that it was a man and taking credit for a woman, because she's not an individual. She is a gender. She doesn't work for herself. She doesn't have her own interests. She's working for the benefit of womankind only. And there you have it. So there you go. Your finale, the final statement of that trailer was, I'm not going to let a man, somebody who is my cousin, who I'm supposed to care about, because he's not just some uber chauvinist guy, right? Isn't he apparently supposed to be your cousin? He obviously trusts her enough to let her know where the Batcave is. She knew exactly where to go. So he's not mean to her or bad to her. But screw him anyway. I'm going to go take his stuff, take his persona, take his logo, take his name, take his henchman, take his scientist, a male who gave me my suit, gave her everything, made it for her because she couldn't be a superhero. Now Batgirl was a superhero without Batman. Batwoman in this version, this uber very feminist driven apparently version of Batgirl. Now she's Batwoman. The whole narrative of her not needing a man. See, Batgirl, for all she's a girl, she did it on her own. She was Commissioner Gordon's daughter, and she really kind of just idolized Batman and wanted to be like him and did her own thing. She didn't have all the money that he has, but she apparently does. She apparently could steal all his stuff and can steal all of his shit and then still give him a backhand in the mouth because I am woman, hear me roar. But see, you're not really roaring, are you? You're just saying you're roaring, but you're stealing his persona and his life, and yet saying, I'm not going to let him take the credit. He built what you're doing, and yet he should at least take partial credit for what you've done. Lucius Fox, who is a man. See, again, I'm not going to let someone else take the credit for my work. That's different than saying I'm not going to let a man take the credit for a woman's work. Meanwhile, she's sitting there dressed like a man. Anyway, point is, it's just enough. I'm just done. I'm done with it. I've been done with this for a while. This is getting not getting. It's way out of hand. They don't even understand anymore how bad they are. They don't even understand anymore how stupid they're being. Like they're making statements, and they're in the same damn trailer. They're acting absolutely hypocritical within their own damn trailer. You can't even escape a trailer without being a hypocrite. It's not about pro female. It's about anti-male. The whole narrative is Batman abandons the city. They could have said Batman is missing. We don't know what happened to him. We don't know where he went. Maybe something happened to him. We must show concern for him. It's the golden age of feminist bigotry. Brian Young, you are 100%, 135% correct. It is the age of female bigotry, or feminist bigotry. Sorry, not female, because I know for a fact not all women are like this. I know, and I'm not saying all feminists are even like this. But the problem is we have this narrative now that is now being perpetuated by Hollywood types that are just, and they're not even caring what they're doing. The whole Batwoman to me is a stupid character in the first place. Batgirl to me was just she's just a henchman. She's like Robin. She's like a sidekick character. She's a superfluous character that's unnecessary. If they really wanted to make a female character stand on her own 2 feet and actually be strong on her own right, they would have used Zatanna. They would have used Hawkgirl. They would have used what's her name? The one with the bow and arrow. I can't remember. There's a few. Anyway, I can't remember her name. But there's a lot of really awesome females in the DCU, and they decided to go with Batgirl or Batwoman. Why? Because you can't. It's not enough to just make a woman strong. You have to also make sure that you put down the guy. And the reason why they have to put down guys is because they're stealing the logo. Because always what they do is they steal the logo, because they can't. They're so terrified of making something new and building something from scratch, which is what would really honor women, is if they gave women enough credit to give them their own legacy of something. Instead, they always have women standing in the shadow, and it doesn't matter how much they knock down Batman, how much they knock down guys, how much they put guys down. Everything around that city is built around Batman, so you cannot ignore that. But instead, we're going to stick a girl in a place of where a guy was, and we cannot, only because the logo itself is what they're going for. They don't care about the character. They don't care about the female stuff. They care about is the logo and selling merchandise based on the logo. It's a recognizable logo. Nobody knows Zatanna's logo. Nobody knows, but heaven forbid they actually build something from scratch and make something and actually spend some money on it. But they don't want to. So who's the ones who are actually sexist and being bigots? The ones that are not actually doing it properly and actually making a character stand on her own right. No, they're doing a superfluous hack, choking character and building her up in place of another character, pretty much replacing Batman, because what she does is replace Batman in his own city, putting him down for screw him and all the work he's ever done. He abandoned us. No, let's not go look for Batman. Maybe he didn't abandon. Maybe he's dead. Maybe he got hurt. Maybe he's in a tunnel stuck under a bunch of rocks. Nah, he abandoned us. Who cares, right? It's a narrative they just need to say. And it's annoying. It's beyond annoying. It's offensive. And I'm tired of shrugging it off like, it's just annoying, whatever. I'm tired of it because it has to be pointed out. Every single time now, every single time, the bigotry, like you put it, Brian Young. Hey, Toriel G, how's it going? You were up late last night with Ben, Fanatics of Film, me and Death by Saber, and now you're here this morning. It's sad. It's sad, but we have to point it out every single time now. I can't let it slide because and we do it. We have to say it properly. We cannot call it woke. Woke is BS. This is not woke. This is asleep. This is still asleep. They're just looking at it from one eye open, and that's it. And yeah, no, there's really not much to say other than it's in a very offensive trailer. It's very offensive, and they don't care. And that's how stupid they are. This trailer is extremely downvoted. And it's like Ghostbusters 3. They just doing whatever they want, however they want to do it. And they don't care about what. Remember, we have feelings too. Guys have feelings, right? We've just suppressed them all this time, but we have feelings. And this is just because I've heard people defend this. I've heard other guys who actually were against other stuff like Captain Marvel. Toriel G says, using the Batcave, using Bat tools. Yeah, Batman's tools. Exactly. She doesn't need a guy. She doesn't need a man, everybody. No, she just needs a man to make her weapons, needs a man to make her a new suit. I don't need a man. Make me a suit, man. You know, she doesn't need a man in her life. No, it's all about women power here. Like Zatanna at least would have been a magician on her own right, doing things on her own. You know, she doesn't need to piggyback off of someone else and then claim that she's doing it on her own. It's BS. And then it's pointing out that it's just so stupid, and it needs to be called out. It just does. And I know that. And the funny part is that all the lesbian sequences, which I think I said there was 3 lesbian scenes in this trailer, because we needed 3. One won't suffice. We need to make sure that we get the fact that she's gay, because we have to make sure that the gay community understands this, because they're apparently not smart enough to understand when a character kisses the first time. We got to make sure that they understand this is that she's gay. And like, I don't care that she's gay. It's just the consistent, like they had to, like a 2-minute trailer. They had to make sure that in that 2 minutes, we got 3 sequences demonstrating that she's gay. And I don't mind that she's gay. It's not the point, because I know that she's gay even in the comics. It's just the fact that they felt the need to have to do it 3 times. And I don't remember in a trailer Batman making out with girls 3 times in the trailer. I don't remember Superman making out with anybody in the trailer. I don't, that they have to make sure that they it's like, it's so bad. It's almost cartoonish bad. They become so cliched in their own crap, and they like acting edgy. Even her little statement, about rules. I have this thing with rules, so let me be a superhero to be a champion for rules. Yeah, okay. All right, CW. It's just, wow. CW stands for cringeworthy. It's just bad. It's just bad, guys. So what I suggest is just ignore it. Ignore the show. Don't do show by show reviews, episode by episode reviews. Toriel G, tell Opinion to get his butt back on this channel. I miss him. He's great like me. Oh, thanks. Opinion's going through some things. So he's going to need some time. I'm not going to tell you it's his life. He says what he feels when he's ready to tell people and he's ready to come on. But he's going through things, so just be patient with him. And so he will be on, and he wants to be back. I know that. He's always telling me he misses being back here, but he's going through some things, guys. So just if you guys want Opinion back, he will come shortly. Just he's just keeping you all in suspense. That's what it is. But yeah, now let's get on to the. I shall tell him. He might even be watching this. So you could probably tell him. So let's go on to the next bit of information that at first I was upset with. Not upset, because I don't know enough about whether or not he'll do a good job. The only reason I don't like, so Robert Pattinson apparently is the lead candidate for the new Batman. Now, we've had a lot of arguments over Batmans before. Ben Affleck apparently was never going to be a good Batman, and we all got pissy about that. And I've always said, really, all you need to be Batman is to do a decent Bruce Wayne and just to say, I'm Batman. really well. And as long as you can say, I'm Batman, you're pretty good. You don't got to be a Shakespearean actor to say, I'm Batman. So just keep the Playboy attitude and say, I'm Batman, and you're good. What we kind of need, though, is somebody who fits the costume. That's the one, I think, the most important thing for Batman, because I don't think, like I said, you don't need a Shakespearean actor to do it. Does he fit the costume? And that's the question. Now, I don't know much about him, but I will say the one thing I do know about him is he's got a really large head. That big melon of his has got its own planetoid. You know, it's a virtual planetoid. It's huge. It's like an orange on a toothpick. No offense, but it's a big head, a forehead especially. And I see he's got a wonderful jaw. Actually, if you see his jaw for Batman is actually pretty good. Because I started doing this to him, and right away I saw him. I did this instantly. I'm like, okay. From the bottom down, I could see it. Because he's going to probably bulk up, hopefully, for it. But from the top, just his head goes like that. I just think it's going to be a weird looking costume. I don't know. I don't see that as Batman. But hey, he could surprise me. Maybe they could CGI off. If they could take the mustache away from Henry Cavill, they could definitely take some part of the head away from him. Bruce Wayne. Yeah, I mean, again, Bruce Wayne to be a playboy, a moody, brooding sort of man who's just alone in a cave most of the time. And then when he's at a party is really when he has to put on that Bruce Wayne personality, because most of the time he's alone looking with his glasses at a screen, right, in the Batcave. I'm like, I don't know, Alfred, can I get a tea? Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. What the Joker's up to. You know, he's doing that, but otherwise he's at a party going, hi, I'm Bruce Wayne. How are you? Yes, I like your foundation. No, I gave money to the foundation before. What's that, Alfred? You know, that's really what you need to be Batman. And I guess he could pull that off. I don't have. To me, it just you've been smoking that good. Yes, I have. I still Buzz says you've been smoking that good. I certainly have not, but I'm just naturally like this. Just so you know, you're probably new to my channel and don't realize that I'm a natural smoker. I'm on a natural high of life. So yeah, I just think the reasoning again for his hire though is not, can you do your best Joker impression? Depends which Joker are we talking about. If we're talking about the Joker from the original Batman series, wait till they get a load of me. But if we're talking about like the Joker from, let's say, the animated series, hello, Batman. It's a different type of Batman, Joker. If you're talking about Heath Ledger, I don't know. I can't remember what he says. I have to watch the movie again. I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah, I could do some Joker. Anyway, I don't hate the hire. I don't hate I don't hate him as Batman. I'm willing to give him a chance. But just like I said, it just sort of reeks though as, again, what do girls want? And girls want, you know, Twilight, and he's popular with the ladies. So let's hire him because he's popular with the ladies. That's what it seems like to me. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully he just wowed them in the audition, and that's what he did. That'd be awesome if that's the case. So I give him that kind of thanks, man. thanks, bud. I appreciate it. But yeah. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Still Buzz, what do you think? Do you think Robert Pattinson as Batman? What do you think? Do you like him, Robert Pattinson? Notice all these British guys. There's always British guys doing Batman. It's weird. I find that's an odd thing. They always get the Brits to be doing. Like I think the last one was Christian Bale. Well, no, Ben Affleck's not British, but there's a lot of British actors in the in this stuff. They don't like American actors anymore. They're starting to push the Brit thing quite strongly. I think they should have casted a black guy. You know what? I had this really awesome idea. Because, I mean, again, it's a superfluous sort of thing when you have, well, what you could have, Dwayne Johnson. You imagine The Rock as Batman? That would he just you wouldn't even need to like put armor like this. He just would this bulky ass Batman be great. He'd make a funnier Joker though. I think if Dwayne Johnson was Joker, you smell what Batman's been cooking. That would be that would be great. Just that. I would have thinking like Batman like having like Alfred like a future like another alternate universe where you know how Alfred he gets old and he passes away and then Bruce Wayne hires like a bodyguard and his bodyguard is like an ex-military guy or whatever and it's a black guy and he like takes care of Bruce Wayne towards the end of his years and then Batman passes the mantle to him and then he becomes his own superhero. Afterwards, I thought that would have been a cool idea. I know it'd be like, but what about Batman 3000, whatever, or 2000? But yeah, that's what I thought. That would have been an interesting idea to have. If you were to do a black Batman, you would have it like like I said, ex-military bodyguard, take care of him in his elderly years, and then he passes the mantle to him. And I thought that would have been good. But that's an idea. But I it's just Batgirl now, Batwoman now. Just this, it's not even the Batwoman. I just don't hate her that much. It's consistently talking down to us, making us feel belittled as guys, and we just can never, we just can't walk down the street without getting our nuts kicked in every 5 seconds. And I'm tired of it because I'm tired of going to talk like Mickey Mouse very soon everywhere I go because my balls are going to be in my throat because I have to hide them from being kicked, and it's not going to be a good thing. But yeah, so that's really what I wanted to say today, guys. I didn't have a lot to say. It was just going to be a quick one. And that's it. So leave in the comments what you guys think is going on, what you guys think about it, what you guys plan, what you guys think we should do about this. I mean, the whole thing about boycotting, I was never going to watch it in the first place, so I don't care. Yeah, Toriel says, I don't like it and I'm a girl. Well, you shouldn't like it if you're a girl. See, that's the thing about it. Is that there is nothing you should actually be offended but because you're a girl, because what they're doing is they're talking to you like you're a child. They're making it seem as though they have to placate you, like, it's a good girl. Aren't you such a good girl? Yes, you are. You're so strong. You are. That's really what they're saying to you. They're not giving you anything concrete. They're not giving you your own character. They're not building it from scratch. They're not taking the time. What they're doing is they're taking what was already built and they're slapping a girl on it and saying, there you go. Are you satisfied? That's what they're doing. And then they have to overcompensate because they're doing such a slap half-ass job that they have to overcompensate by saying, and by the way, the character was created by multiple guys in the comic. She wasn't even created by a girl. So none of this is girl power. You know what I mean? There was like I said, I wish they had done Zatanna because I really like the character of Zatanna. But there's nothing about this that actually is uplifting to girls. Nothing. And that's what really bothers me the most is it's a lie. It's fabricating. It doesn't uplift girls. What it does is just, like I said, on one hand, it says, I am woman, hear me roar. Now man, make me a suit. Now man, make me my she cannot exist in a world without a guy. Yet she's talking about not needing guys. I mean, a specific guy. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, they talk down to everyone. That's the thing. This doesn't help girls. This doesn't help boys. This doesn't help nobody. What this does is serve the CW, and that's what they're trying to do. This is the CW, which is they're the channel. They just want to make sure that they're trying to ride a train to make money, and they got to realize this is not how you do it. I've always been on the side of making a character, building a character on its own merits. You know what I mean? Like Black Panther is a character on his own merits. He doesn't need anybody else. Spawn is a character of his own merits. He doesn't need anybody else. But these other characters, they need the original character in order to exist. Supergirl needs Superman to be noticed. Batgirl needs Batman to be noticed. These aren't characters that are of their own. That are Wonder Woman doesn't need anybody. She's Wonder Woman. She's of her own thing. She's Themyscira. She has her own background. If there was a Wonder Man, the Wonder Man would be a derivative of her. And that's, even though there is a Wonder Girl, and that Wonder Girl is a derivative of her. And that's, but you want, in order to, when you do that, you're already living on the shadow of something that was already created before you. And it's hard to break out of someone's shadow. And that becomes the narrative. I have to break out of your shadow. Now that's why you get the cringy dialogue, because the cringy dialogue has to make sure that you knock down the shadow, because the shadow has to be taken down. Storm is another great one, which now they actually have Storm now, Marvel, the rights to do her, so she'll probably be done next, and that'd be great, as long as they don't kick me in the balls every 5 minutes because I'm a guy. Just stop kicking me in the nuts. just leave my little boys alone, and everybody's fine. Everybody's happy. You do your thing, I do my thing. We're all happy. We'll live happy lives. But that's not the narrative. Again, the reason why they have to put down Luke Skywalker is because the Rey has following in the footsteps of Luke Skywalker, and so everybody has to forget Luke Skywalker was a hero to build Rey. Rey cannot be built on her own merits. That's why they have to put down the old cast. And they even said that outright. That's why Luke Skywalker was barely in the first movie. He was barely in the first movie because they even said he was going to overshadow her. We'll make her own damn story that doesn't mimic his. If you do a story that doesn't mimic Luke Skywalker's story, like putting her on a planet that looks exactly like the planet he was on, having her dressed almost exactly like he dressed, no, but we have to have those mental connections, right? So that we look at her and see Skywalker, because that's what they're trying to do, is make the mental connection. And make the mental connection between the two. So that's why you have to make her look like it. But that's as far as it goes, because afterwards we got to knock down the original in order to make her stand alone. But if she was her own thing originally, you don't need to knock anything else down, right? You don't need to. Captain Marvel stands alone? No, she has to knock down all the men around her so that she could be uplifted and strong. It's like, be strong on your own merits. Be strong in your own merits. Don't have to knock other people down to do it. But that's what is happening, and they don't see it. And all the girls are like, "Yo, isn't this wonderful?" No, it's not, because you're only seeing it from your perspective. It's sexist, but you're not seeing it. You're only seeing it. Don't call yourself woke when you're being sexist. A woke person is talking about, uplifting everybody. It's about diversity for everyone and making everyone feel included. Inclusivity for all, not inclusivity for one and then shaming another. You're shaming a specific group at the same time as you're talking about diversity and trying to uplift people. You can't. It's like you can't say I'm against bullying and then bully at the same time, which is what's happening too. Anyway, I can go on and on and on, and you know that I can't. It's just I am kind of sick of this narrative, and I think I wasn't going to do a live stream today, but the fact that every single time they cannot just come up with something and just have it be its own thing. No, it always has to be something that knocks something else down. Have to put someone else. Like they don't care about little boys. They care about little girls, but little boys don't deserve anything. Little boys don't even get a chance to even like themselves. We got to make sure that women like themselves, but we cannot make sure that little boys grow up liking themselves. No, little boys have to feel shame because of who they are, because they have penis. And they haven't done anything yet. They're just little boys. And yet your heroes are crap. You're crap. You're gonna mansplain. You're gonna all this stuff, and for what? And most people are happy. Most girls are nice and don't think that way. And that's the problem. It's like we have a minority group of loudmouth people talking on behalf of most women, and even putting women down when women don't agree with them. When women don't agree with them, they're brainwashed. How insulting is that? That a woman says women are strong, women are equal, women are this. But when a woman disagrees with them and shows their own opinion and shows that they're actually smart enough to formulate their own opinion, they say the fallback is, "Oh, you're just being brainwashed, you stupid woman." So you're smart enough to make your own decisions, but you're not smart enough to make your own decisions. You're strong enough to be uplifted, but you're not smart enough to make your own decisions. So that's not insulting to women at all. We love women. We love women. We you know we want to make more role models that are women, but at the same time, let's make all the women dressed like men for some reason. All the females have to be gender neutral because we don't want to offend anybody. Everybody has to be gender neutral. Um, I like men who are men, she says. You say Toriel. Yeah, men are men, but now men are now going to be feminized, and women are going to be masculinized, and they're just going to be some gender neutral thing going on that everyone's going to have to look the same, act the same, dress the same, but still keep your individuality somehow. Anyway, it's all silly. To be honest, it's all silly. It's all just silly. We're all, I think, in the end, we're all looking for the same thing. Most of us are looking for the same thing. We do want equality. We do want everyone to have their chance. We are looking for diversity, but no one's looking, and we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And I think we're past that. We're past that in our world, that we do want to hurt people's feelings. We get that. I think we've grown to a point where we understand that we want to keep things a little civil. But when you're acting in an uncivilized manner and then asking for civility, it doesn't add up. You can't act chauvinistic, or the equivalent of whatever female version of chauvinistic is. You can't act that way. It's okay for, like I said with Captain Marvel, the whole movie she's mansplaining. The whole movie she's talking down and mansplaining to Nick Fury. The whole movie. And she's patronizing him and talking down to him. And yet, if he was doing that to her, it'd be considered mansplaining. But it's okay for her to do it because she's a woman, so it's fine. And that's two wrongs don't make a right. They seem to not know math, and I'm not. And that's not a sexist thing. I'm not saying women can't do math. I'm saying these particular feminists can't do math. Well, that's the point. That's the point. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth. They can never be gender neutral. There is a difference. That's the point. They're talking out of both sides of their mouth. They don't even know what they want. That's the problem. There's so many. It's one group of people calling themselves feminists or whatever they're calling themselves. And in that group, there's like a zillion different philosophies of what they think makes a strong woman, what they think the problems of the world are, what they think patriarchy is, what they think they can't even amongst themselves, even in the gay community. Look at the Catwoman when she came out originally. The gay community went after her because she wasn't gay enough. She wasn't gay enough. They got a bisexual to play a gay woman, but because she was, I think, too pretty, and she didn't represent them properly enough. You can't make people happy. You can't make 100% of the people happy 100% of the time. And yet and that's why you don't try, because you can't. The minute you try to help one group, the other group is going to hurt. The minute you try to do this, the other group is you try to help these people, this person. In the end, you just got to be kind of, stay true to your beliefs in that, and stop trying to pander. The minute you pander to everything, you're never going to satisfy anybody. And that's what's going on. Is there's just, I think Hollywood just doesn't understand what the hell to do. They're just trying to pander all over the place to groups that just don't even know what they want, what they're looking for. Do you want female empowerment? Yes, but I don't want her to look like a woman. Huh? Because she has to be gender neutral. Because we're trying to break the boundaries of what we think is, we're trying to, the gender roles. We're trying to break the gender role thing, right? So women are meant to do this and men are meant to do this, and we're trying to break that narrative. And again, when it comes down to also trying to make diversity in films and fill out the diversity thing, they only look to race and gender and sexuality. They don't look at anywhere else. They don't look at whether you have a mole on your face. They don't care about culture. They don't care about religion. They don't care about, because there's a lot of different forms of we're diverse in different ways for multiple different reasons. We're not diverse for 3 reasons. Human beings aren't just 3 things. We're not just sexually. You're not just attracted to a type of sex, or we're just what's between our legs, and we're not just a skin color. We're diverse in different ways. We got diverse thought processes, diverse interests, diverse, like I said, cultures, diverse height, diverse nose sizes, diverse ear sizes. And so if we're going to now go to the narrative of, or weight, which I have to include weight in there because now they're starting to do that. But you can't make everybody happy. You can only try to make as many some people happy as they want. But that's what I mean. Like, just stay true to your beliefs and stop trying to pander. And if you and make things, and just make things new, make new things. Stop trying to copy everybody else, and then remodel it to fit you whatever you want. Make something new. Batgirl is a derivative of Batman. Batwoman is a ripoff. Is an absolute ripoff. But they don't care. They don't see that. They just, because she's a woman, so therefore it works. No, it doesn't. It's insulting to both men and women, and stop it. Anyway, that's how I'm going to leave it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Toriel G. You're always great. I love to see you when you come by. Thank you, Still Buzz, for passing by. Everybody check out Toriel G's channel. She does a lot of interesting videos that you guys very artistic, and check her out. Anything else you guys want to say before I go? I'm counting down 3, 4. I'm counting down and I count up. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you guys for watching. And let me know what you think of this Batman, by the way. Also, see you later, guys.